Welcome back to Saunders Shack. I've got my old mate Buddy Power Teddy with me. He's looking quizzical. He said, normally I get a chicken stick when I do that, but I'm not getting a chicken stick. You're alright, aren't you, Ted? Anyway, what me and Ted are looking at today is Farm Modeller magazine. So I had an email the other day from a chap called James Martin. Now I don't think that's a celebrity chef off Saturday Kitchen. But he obviously watches me stuff, and he said I am putting together a brand new model tractor magazine. Do you want to have a look? I said yes. Send me a copy over. So I thought what I'll do is I'll give it a little review, let you guys see it as well. Right, so I've got a small selection of my models here. These two are much newer models. I've bought them in the past few years. This one, which is a Massey Fergie 3680, is a Britain's model from the 80s, I think, or early 90s, probably early 90s. And got a little Massey power hour on the back. What you can see immediately is, I hold it up like that, is the lack of actual proper detail on it. Like the front grille is a sticker. You got like a moulded engine bay there. But back in the day, I thought that was brilliant. But you look at the front cover of this Farm Modeller magazine, you'll see how far models have come in the past 20 years. Just at a glance, you would say it as a real tractor. I mean, all the mud's been added on, the dirt and the mud and the weathering's been added on, but just look at the detail of that. You would be, even when you study it closely, it's hard pressed to distinguish that from a real life tractor. You know, the front grille and the vents there inside the side of the bonnet, all perforated and looks extremely realistic. I mean, you wouldn't have. It'd have been all your Christmases come at once if you had something like that back in the 90s. But like the extent of my modding back in when I was carpet farming with these was gluing an extra set of dual wheels on these, just to make it jewelled up. And that's as far as it went for me. But I mean, now you get guys, they're putting all these details in to make them look super realistic. Which I think is fantastic, and it's a hobby the same as any other hobby. I mean, just as a comparison, this is a Britain's Ertl TW25, and very similar to the 3680. It's not that detailed. It's more the play tractor than anything. But then you'll come to this Massey Fergie 1505. Now this is a Britain's Ertl as well, but it's a step up. It's an all metal model, near enough, and it's got some good weight to it and is far more realistic. That's a nice model, that is. But anyway, getting back to the magazine. This is, like I say, issue number 1. And it's £5.99, so it's a little bit of money, but magazines, they do tend to be these days. When you look at the Farmers Weekly, that's, well, last time I looked, that was £3.50 a week, something like that. So but yeah, it's an extremely well put together magazine. Nice glossy paper. It's a nice professional magazine. Nice loads of adverts in, which, to be honest, when I've had a flick through, and it makes me want to collect a few more models. You got these dioramas here. I mean, look at that collection of tractors he's got. He's made a nice little scene there. I mean, that's something I've never got into, but a lot of folks have, and they've done a fantastic job. And it's a bit like model railways. The same sort of thing, really. People get a lot of enjoyment out of that. So just looking through, a couple of the highlights for me is this chap Mark Gilliand. Again, first glance, you would say they were real machines and real pictures, but they're not. The camera work's been done very well so that it's taken at the right height, as though it's a person with a camera taking it. You know, a full size person. Looks fantastic. I mean, you would just, if you're looking at that and you didn't know it was a toy, you'd think that was a real machine. I've got Teddy here, look. He's bored. And a load more. Just absolutely fantastic. They look so realistic. Right, we're getting further through the magazine. This is another page that caught my eye, fairly obviously. Fast Track 8330. Now this is a Viking model, so it's basically a scale replica rather than a toy tractor. It's a scale replica, and what they've done here is they've took various models. Yes, Ted's feeling unloved, and basically they've reviewed them so that if you're looking at getting one of these, you've got an idea before you buy if they're any good or not. And this one incidentally rates very highly, and it's, to be honest, I wouldn't mind getting that, to be honest. It's a really nice model, really is. I'm going to do a few more. Got John Deere, got a Magnum in it. New Holland, Deutsche Fahrer. That's a lovely Deutsche Fahrer, that is. 9310 TTV Agriton. Right, I wanted to show you that with Christmas coming up fast. I mean, it's nearly here. But if you're stuck for an idea for a present for someone who's mad on tractors, whether they're 14-year-old or 44-year-old, doesn't matter. That's a really good read. I'll certainly be getting some more of them, and it's certainly well worth getting them for a present, because it's a really good read. It really is. Right, so that's us about done. I think Ted's nearly asleep, I think. So there we go. That was a really good read, I thought. Anyway, it's really opened my eyes to the amount of detail you can get on these tractors these days. I might even have a go at it myself. Ted's about ready for sleep, I think. He's nearly passed out. So there we go. Anyway, certainly give that a think. Farm Modeller magazine. It's a really good read. I should be getting some more. And there you go. We'll see you on the next one. The Saunders Shack. Ta-ta!